Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the day 4 of our computer vision series. The link of the playlist is in the description below, so make sure to check out the entire series. Today we're going to talk about color spaces in computer vision. This is a very important topic because a lot of the different real life projects and applications in computer vision utilize the color spaces. So it's very important that you understand the intuition behind the color spaces. So let me first show you what image we're going to deal with today. So we are going to deal with this bird image today. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind. Whenever you visualize the image using the OpenCV, that image is always a BGR image. BGR image means it has three channels: blue, green, and red. So this image that you see over here is a BGR image. So BGR is a color space, but that's not the only color space that we have. We have a lot of different color spaces. So if you check out the documentation of OpenCV, you are going to see that you have all these different color spaces that you can choose from. Okay, and each color space has their own applications. Okay, so for ease, I'm going to name this image as BGR over here. Okay, so now we're going to try to convert an image from one color space to another color space. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to use the OpenCV function, which is called as convert color. And first we'll pass the image that we want to convert, and then we are going to convert it into an RGB image. Okay, so we are going to convert a BGR image to an RGB image. So you have to note, it's important to note that when you're converting an image from one color space to another color space, there is no loss of information. You are just changing the way that information is organized. Okay, so no information is lost. That's very important. You must keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to name this as RGB image, and not comma, is equal to, and over here I'm going to visualize that image using imshow RGB, and over here I'm going to use RGB. Okay, so let's see what happened. Okay, so this was our original image, a BGR image, and this is the new RGB image that we have created. Again, there is no loss of information. We have just changed the way the information is organized. Everything that was red over here is now blue in this one. Okay, and everything that was blue over here is now red over here, like all these things that are red over here, right? So all these things are blue in this one, but the feathers over here, they are bluish, right? So the feathers in this one are reddish. Okay, because you have just changed the position of the blue and the red colors. So this is what happened when you're trying to convert the color space from BGR to RGB, and by default all the images that you display using the OpenCV are BGR. Okay, now let's try another important color space, which is the gray image, and you must have heard of that before as well. So now we are going to convert our image from BGR to grayscale, and you must have heard of the grayscale image. Grayscale images are actually black and white images, but a grayscale image is not a binary image. Okay, you have to keep that in mind as well, and I'll show you how. Okay, so for now I'm going to comment this RGB image, and I am going to display this grayscale image. I'm going to call it as gray, and over here gray image. Okay, now let's run and see what happens. So this is our original BGR image, and this is the grayscale image. So again, there is no loss of information about the image. Yes, there is a loss of information about the colors because we are converting from this color space to this color space, but the original image is the same, right? We see a bird over here and we see the same bird over here as well. The only information that is lost or rearranged is the color spaces. Okay, so this is a grayscale image, and it is not a binary image, because in binary image we only have two types of pixels. We have either a black pixel or a white pixel, but in this one we have different shades of black. Yes, we only have one channel. In this one we had three channels, but in this one we only have one channel, but the values of those channels ranges from 0 to 255. It's not either 0 or 255. It ranges from 0 to 255. That is why we have dark black over here, we have grayish over here, and that is why we have got a grayscale image. So it's different than a binary image. Okay, now let's try one more important color space. We have so many. I showed you guys we have so many color spaces and we can explore it as much as we want, but for now I'm going to show you these three important color spaces. Okay, so we are going to again use the convert color function. I'm going to convert my original image. Now this color space is called as HSV. Okay, so I'm going to convert my BGR image to HSV. Okay, and I'm going to create a variable for that, and I'm going to call it as HSV image. Okay, and then I'm going to comment this out as well, and I'm going to visualize this image for clarity. Okay, so I'm going to call it as HSV and HSV image. Okay, so let's see what happens now. Whoa. Now this is the original BGR image and this is the HSV image. And now you must be thinking like that does not even look like something that's real. And how do I interpret that? Like previously when I converted it from RGB to BGR to RGB, I was like, okay, the red is interchanged to blue and the blue is interchanged to red. But how do I explain this? Yes, not all color spaces have explanations. There is a lot whole mathematical calculations behind this. But the thing that you have to keep in mind is that every color space has its own application and its own usage, and HSV has a very important application in object detection. So when we are going to learn about object detection, then we are going to use this HSV color space because it will help us identify the colors of the objects, right? So we're going to use this in color detection. So you have to keep this in mind. Every color space has its own applications, and this topic is so vast that we can keep on talking about the color spaces because as you can see we have so many color spaces that we can explore, but these were the three important ones that I thought that I should tell you guys. So that was all for today. Make sure to hit the like button and stay tuned for the next one. Bye bye.